Hello guys, welcome to another Vic System tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to be talking about a step-by-step method to get email notifications from contact form. Our Laravel application is serving on port 88. Let's just look at that on our browser. Okay, here we have the home page. Let's head on to the contact page. In the contact page, you have the contact form. So we have a couple of fields here, and we have a button saying send a message. First, what we want to do is create the email template. We are going into the mails folder. We are creating a blade file, contact_mail. So this blade file is just going to be a normal HTML page. Here I'm using from VS Code. We have the shortcuts that can give us snippets for just the basic layout of our HTML page. Okay, so we are just editing the title there. Might not be necessary. So we're using the paragraph tag to display some of the information we'll be collecting, duplicated multiple times, as we'll be collecting different informations like the name, email, phone, the message or subject rather. Okay, so now we'll be navigating to our web route. In the web route, we want to create the post message. Okay, we actually want to just test out the view to see how the email template will look like. It's just a blade file. At the end of the project, you can actually do with this. So I'm just creating a function. Since I already have some methods that are displaying some views, I can duplicate that. I can adjust the method to test view, and here I'm going to target the mail template which is in the mail folder. Okay, so this we can have a look at how the email template will display. Okay, let's correct the spelling. There's an error here, so now we have this very simple, very basic. You just need to get the basics down. When we get the basics down, we can always redesign our email templates. We are going down to the contact blade. We are heading down to the form in the contact page. We're going to be doing some adjustments here. This form already comes with the web page, so we'll just be doing some editing. Our job here is just to add functionality to this page. You can see we have defined the action, which is post message. We're defining the name of the variables we'll be sending via the request body. So we have the name, we have the email, we have the phone, then we have the subject, then we have the message. You must take note to ensure that the button has the attributes type submit. Let's take away other unnecessary elements and attributes also in the button. Okay, so all checks out here. Subject, message. So now we'll be heading over to the contact bleed for the email. That should be subject, not title. There's a duplicate there, but we'll be correcting that soon. Okay, so what we want to do right now is go into our terminal and we'll be creating the controller for that form. So we have it there, contact controller. So we're going to reference that controller in the web route. Take note to use the right method. So it's a post method. We have already declared this route post message in the form. So we are creating that method post underscore message. We're importing the controller. We are getting into the controller and creating a method post underscore message. We'll be passing the request body into this. Okay, and here we're going to have our logic. But for now, let's just return all the requests that will be sent to make sure we're on the right path. So let's head over to our page, contact. Let's refresh this because of the change. Let's feed in some data into the form. Though we might experience some errors since the form is coming from a template. Okay, so there's already a JavaScript controlling the form, and we can handle that by changing the ID of the form, which is just peculiar for this case. Okay, so let's refresh again. Let's fill in the fields. Okay, here we can see it's successfully posted. We can see the request variables. So we know we're on the right track. We can comment line 13 or take it out. Then we could do a little bit of form validation here to make sure the variables collected carry valid data. So for this example, we are just validating the email. We can add other validations. So for purpose of this example, we'll just move forward. Now we want to create the mail class. We use the command php artisan make mail But here we're going to be creating the mail class contact form mail that has been successfully created. So within our method, we'll declare a variable which will be an array. I will hold these request variables and send them to the mail class. Mind you, you should already have your SMTP settings on ground and imputed in the .env file. So these are the variables I'll be sending to the email templates. Holding down my Alt key, I can double select, create the request variable, point it to the unique request names. So now I have everything packaged as data. I want to head over to my contact form mail class. I want to do an adjustment on the construct. I'll be passing in data. I'll be adjusting the view also. So we see we have a mails folder. We have the contact underscore mail blade. It just works like returning a normal view. You'll be passing some data, but this time around we are passing this data to a mail template. So right now I'm calling the mail facade. This will actually send the email. We will be declaring the admin's email here. But for the purpose of this example, we'll be using a Gmail, so we can receive that email and display that. So we should be calling the mail class tool. As we can see on line 30, then we have send method. We are declaring a new instance of the contact form mail, and we are passing data. We make sure we import the important classes like the mail facade. The contact mail has already been imported. Okay, and that's that. So for the return, we're going to be adjusting the return. What we want to happen here is to return back to the contact page with a session message. Okay, here we are just confirming our SMTP settings. As we can see, my password has been blurred out. Okay, let's head back to the contact mail class. Within the constructor, we'll be passing data. We'll be declaring a variable to save this. So there's an extension on my VS Code. That's why we have that on line 23, but everything works fine. So we'll be passing the data array. We're saving it in another variable called data. But here we can now define the subject for the mail. If we don't do this, it will automatically take the name of the mail class, which in our case is contact form mail, and we don't want to see that. So we are declaring a new subject for the email, so which we have here, new contact inquiry. We could also do from, but for this example we could forget about that. From will define the email is coming from and also a title. But for the purpose of this example, we can just stop there. Let's head over to the contact underscore mail template we have created. Here we want to display the data we have received from the mail class. So we must take note of our variable names so we don't mix them up. We have a curly braces error on line 12. That has been fixed. Excuse me. So we can take out line 15. That was a duplicate. Okay, here we can pass in subject. We can pass in message. Okay. We are adjusting the email to our Gmail so we can just go to the browser and check the message. We're going to be adjusting line 35 to return back to the page with a session message. A little mix up there in line 35, or fixing that. So width is the method we need. Width passes two parameters, the variable and the session variable and the session variable data. So we define a message there. Thanks for reaching out. Your message has been sent successfully. So we'll be heading to the contact blade to display this session message. But we're going to wrap this within an if statement. Can do this just below the send a message text, as we can see. So we'll just be putting the session message below this. We'll be using the normal bootstrap alert component. If we don't wrap line 124 within an if statement, it will break on an error because the session message will not always exist. So we have an if statement. We'll be calling the session facade. So the if statement will be checking if there is a message. That's why we have has msg as a message. Then we'll be getting that message to display. Okay, all set now. Let's go back to our page, refresh this and test it out. Open our Gmail on the side. Let's fill in the form. Even though we are repeating the same, okay, let's just do some adjustments there. Then let's just give it a title. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video if it was helpful. Okay, so message has been sent. Let's take a look at session message. Yes, our session message actually displayed successfully. Let's head on to our mails. Here we have the new contact mail. Thank you if you watched to this point. If this video was helpful, I would like that you hit a like, comment, subscribe to our channel if you have not, and share this for your friends who you know will benefit from this. Thank you very much for watching.